Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. We are Group 4, and today we will be analyzing and discussing our firm, Sprint. The background information of the company dates back to the 1800s, where before deciding to venture into the mobile phone industry, Sprint was known as a railroad that operated its telephone system as an independent company called the Southern Pacific Communications Corporation. After years, the company crashed and was sold to GTE, which is General Telephone and Electronics. In the late 1980s, Sprint was the nation's third largest long-distance service, running before its competitor United Telecom. Sprint then entered the market of wireless communications in 1993 by acquiring Chicago-based Centel, the 10th largest cellular company in the U.S. and operations in 22 states. Reaching into the 2000s, Sprint had aimed to boost its numbers to subscribers from 20.1 million to 40 million in new deal to merge with Nextel. Unfortunately, this deal resulted into a loss where the technologies were incompatible. This led throughout the 2000s and 2010s, where the recent announcement in 2018 that Sprint will merge with T-Mobile. This merge of companies within the mobile phone industry created a company with 126 million customers and brought it closer to its rivals such as AT&T with 141 million. Moving into the internal analysis of the firm, we have conducted a SWOT analysis. Strengths and weaknesses are internal origins. Some of their strengths include that they are a key player, they have high quality products, they are merging with T-Mobile, they have online resources and services for out-of-store transactions, including service contracts, and partnerships with internet and streaming services. Another internal origin is weakness, where the consumers tend to want cheaper options, the customers want wider coverage throughout the nation, they have limited resources and ranges for services, and they have new management styles. Opportunities and threats are external origins. Their opportunities are expansion of facilities with lower costs. They sell online and direct to consumer, and only 10% of the market is currently captured. With threats, they have other producers that are creating higher coverage with lower costs. They have better plans throughout their competition. Their competing firms utilize exclusive services that are similar but with different providers and have exclusive devices for other firms. Next, we will be discussing external analysis.
Our external analysis is conducted with PESTEL, which focuses on in-depth detail of the political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal factors that impact Sprint. First, with political, it's based off the situation around the environment the United States government and public face due to social issues and movements. Next, with economic factors, we have the income of consumers and the provided devices and services that are suitable for those consumers' lifestyles, as well as the availability of new devices that allow economic flow for contracted services and devices. Next, social cultural factors are the habits and trends of consumers who utilize mobile devices and have created a demand for devices that are able to provide access to media and online data. Next, we have technological factors, which have increased due to the demand of wearable technology and applications to provide superior features in comparison to previous mobile devices. Next, with environmental factors, we have the improper disposal of devices that pollute the environment and lead to excess resources going to waste. Finally, we have legal factors that are based around the regulations on workers' rights as well as consumer privacy so that the brands cannot take advantage of shareholders' information.
Moving on to strategy analysis and choice, we have thought about two different strategies. First, the cost leadership strategy. Sprint could gain competitive advantage by having the lowest operating cost. as well as the most advanced technology in the market for lowest cost on the consumer side. This would actually give the consumer a chance to pay the lowest amount of money in between all carriers, but yet get the best technology and the best price. The long-term objective here would be to improve cell phone coverage to gain competitive advantage. Currently, Sprint finds itself on 4th place with 30% coverage compared to Verizon with 70% coverage. But now that Sprint merged with T-Mobile, there might be better chances for Sprint to actually gain a higher percentage of coverage, which would then lead to more competitive advantage if they were to actually do research and advance in technology and then also offer the lowest price possible. The other strategy would be the differentiation strategy. Here, this means that Sprint could differentiate itself by meaningful improvements in the network, which is the actual main product of the company. This could mean that they offer multiple options of coverage plans that aren't yet used by other companies, such as senior specials, one-time payment add-ons, etc. Additionally, they could offer spotless network, including 5G, to allow best coverage options. And also, Sprint could find niche wants and needs through research and development, which means that they could use all their money in research and development to stay ahead in the game and to actually gain competitive advantage compared to all the other carriers in the industry.
Now we move on to strategy implementation. As one of the 4 main players in the US mobile industry, Sprint provides high-quality communication services to its subscribers. In the US mobile industry, gaining business scale leads to competitiveness, and Sprint is benefiting from its large size. The 5G network service provided by Sprint combines Internet Protocol and Internet of Things in the provided services. Sprint also merges with the 3rd player, T-Mobile, for sustainable competitive advantage. Sprint benefits from the Mobile Virtual Network Operator Agreement and uses the cable infrastructure from Altice, which is the US 4th largest cable company.
Moving on to evaluation and contours, Sprint has $33.6 billion in total revenue in its fiscal year of 2019. Their total revenue dropped to $33.3 billion in 2020. The percentage change in total revenue was 3.8% in 2019. In comparison to 2019, the percentage change in total revenue was negative 0.9% in 2020. Their revenue mainly came from providing services, and it took 68% of the total revenue in 2020. Equipment rentals and sales were followed at 17% and 15% of the total revenue. According to our research, many analysts have predicted that Sprint's revenue will be down by 4 to 5%, so we create pro forma based on that information. The graphs were generated by using data from market analysis. The key is that they need to attract new subscribers and retain existing customers. And in order to do that, they first need to start by identifying business and industry issues that could be affecting their prospects and for which they have capability to deal with the issue.
Now on to the conclusion. As a conclusion, the 5-year strategic plan should help Sprint to have people get better every day through mobile connectivity. This means to engage in vision, believe in missions, and work towards goals. One of the things that Sprint needs to focus on is the continuous transformation to create an amazing customer experience. Also, what should be focused on is integrating and aligning employees. Lastly, attracting and retaining key personnel is crucial for Sprint to stay in business. Two of the main things that Sprint should focus on as well are delivering transformative 5G networks and My Sprint Rewards app. The delivering transformative 5G network basically says to stay on top of the latest developments, technology, and market trends in the industry. This would actually have Sprint gain competitive advantage because they focus on the actual details of the main product, which is the actual network. My Sprint Reward app could be used to utilize promotions and rewards to make products and services appealing for customer retention and attracting new customers to join the club. Thank you so much for being here for our presentation.